With the NHL season officially underway and nearly underway for the Calgary Flames, the organization has to submit their final roster by Monday. General Manager Craig Conroy made the tough decision of putting certain players on waivers, and NHL Insider Elliotte Friedman has given us an update on whether those players cleared or not. This is huge in deciding who will get the remaining roster spots. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first, I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I am Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and let's hop straight into this one and talk about this Friedman waiver update. If you saw the thumbnail, I mean, that's the whole reason why I even wanted to do this video, was just to use that picture of Elliotte Friedman, drop the F-bomb in there, boom, we're good to go. But in case you didn't know, the Flames did put a few players on waivers. So this is kind of, I guess, the remaining players in training camp. So goalies, we know we have 3. None of them went down to waivers. 9 defensemen, one of which who was on waivers, and that is Jarred Tinordi. And then for the forwards, there were also a couple on waivers, which is Walker, Dewar, and Dryden Hunt. Both Dewar and Hunt kind of had disappointing preseasons and training camp, so it made sense that they would go on waivers. And Tinordi, you know, he was kind of brought in most likely to just play in the AHL and kind of bring someone up when you just needed a big body out there. But they were all on waivers, but we do have an update that they have all cleared. So essentially, here are the tweets from Friedman himself. So there were quite a few players that were picked up. So we saw Dansk go to Anaheim. We saw Tynan and Wagner go to Colorado. A bunch go to Dallas. They wanted to pick up everyone. Feel free to read them there. The few more in there. We saw Jones to Minnesota. Mackey, we all remember Connor Mackey going to the New York Rangers, and then Hayden and Mahura going to Seattle. But everyone else cleared. And if that wasn't clear enough, well, we have Ryan Pike to support it and bring some credibility as well. He said via Frege at Hockey Night in Canada, which of course Elliotte Friedman. No Flames on waivers on Saturday. Their final preseason waiver moves will drop on Sunday, which is of course tomorrow. So that does mean that all of these Flames did clear waivers. I'm not sure why I included that first tweet up there, but I mean, feel free to go check out Ryan Pike on Twitter. To me, genuinely, he is just the best Flames media guy there is out there. But either way, I shouldn't be pumping anyone's tires too much here. But all of those players have cleared waivers. Thank you so much to Elliotte Friedman for providing us with that huge update. Again, mostly just wanted to use that photo of him. But this is very, very interesting for what the Flames will do with their final roster, because we're getting down to it. Today's Saturday. You know, on Sunday, we'll probably get those final waiver drops, and then Monday we will have the official roster. So we kind of need to get into some roster finalization talk here. What the Flames are going to do and what these players clearing waivers really means for that. So we have a great article here originally posted on Flames Nation by who else but of course Ryan Pike. But Flames players Dryden Hunt, Walker Dewar, and Jarred Tinordi have cleared waivers, as we can see there. But this is more so what matters, and it comes down to who will be on the roster. So it starts with the goalies, of course. The Flames will carry 2 or 3 goalies, as they presently have 3 in camp. It'll be very interesting to see what they do, because the only way they'll be able to carry just 2 is if they put either Dan Vladar or Devin Cooley on waivers, and almost assuredly one of them would be picked up. They could also put Dustin Wolf down in the AHL. As you can see there, he is waiver exempt. So if the Flames decide not to have Wolf as one of the starting 2 goalies, I suppose, then that's fine. But I just don't see that happening. So Vladar or Cooley would require waivers. And that's what kind of leads me to believe that the Flames will start with 3 goalies on the roster, because Dan Vladar would almost certainly, like 99%, be picked up by another team, because he just is that valuable. And Cooley, with how he played in training camp and the preseason, would probably get picked up as well. We've seen certain teams who kind of need goalies at this point. We've seen the Jeremy Swayman situation in Boston, so maybe they'd be interested in getting Cooley. Either way, depending on which goaltenders they're keeping, the Flames would potentially need to put someone, most likely Cooley, on waivers. So I would predict that the Flames will just start with 3 goalies when it really comes down to it. More interestingly is the defenseman here. So the Flames will likely carry 7 D-men, as they normally do, and they presently have 9 in camp. So they'll need to cut at least two of these men. So MacKenzie Weegar, Kevin Ball, Jake Bean, Daniil Miramanov, Joel Hanley, Rasmus Andersson, Braden Pahal, and Tyson Barrie require waivers, whereas Jared Tenorti has cleared waivers and will be exempt for the earlier of 30 days on the NHL roster or 10 games played cumulatively. That 30-day clock is only impacted by days spent on the roster in the regular season. So essentially, Jared Tenorti would be safe at this point, and it's fine if we send him down to the AHL. So that's one. But we still need another one of these guys to be cut. And maybe cut is a harsh word, but you know what I mean. Not on the official opening night roster. Weegar, we know he'll be there. Kevin Ball will be there. Miramanov will be there. Rasmus Andersson will be there. And then most likely Pahal will be on there. And Tyson Barrie almost assuredly after signing that contract. What a signing. Once again, check out yesterday's video if you missed it. But I'd assume he would be the other one, which leaves Joel Hanley out as, you know, kind of the odd man. I don't see him being the seventh D-man. I think he's the one that would fall out of this. So expect, again, my prediction would be Tenorti and Hanley would be the ones that would go down. Let me know what you think. Who do you think of these 7 of the 9 D-men we will see on the opening night roster? But here it comes even more complicated as we have to talk about the forwards where there are more cuts to be made. So the Flames will carry either 13 or 14 forwards. Again, that depends on how many goalies they decide to take and how many D-men, but almost certainly that will be 7. So they presently have 18 in camp, which would mean at least 4, if not 5, cuts out of these guys. Here are the guys that do require waivers. So we have Jonathan Huberdeau, Nazem Kadri, Andrei Kuzmenko, Yegor Sharangovich, Michael Backlund, Blake Coleman, Martin Pospisil, Connor Zary, Anthony Mantha, Ryan Lomberg. All of those guys pretty much assuredly in the opening night roster. Kevin Rooney, most likely as well. Then you get Jacob Peltier and Cole Schwindt do require waivers. The ones who are exempt are Coronado, Honzek, and Klapka, which is great. Obviously, we want to hang on to any of them. And if we send them down, we don't have to worry about losing them. And then, of course, the guys who just were on waivers, Dryden Hunt and Walker Duehr, have cleared waivers like Tenorti and are exempt for the earlier of 30 days on the NHL roster or 10 games played cumulatively. Wow, what a way to word it. It's so official, but very interesting to see who would go down here. I would assume, once again, that obviously Hunt and Duehr are definitely 2 of the 4 or 5. So we have to pick, let's say, 3 more. My guess is that the Flames would put Schwindt on waivers. Again, that could be a little bit bold because they do have 3 there that they can put down in Coronado, Honzek, and Klapka, but all of them have a better chance of actually making the opening night roster than a Cole Schwindt or a Jacob Peltier. And it's kind of, a lot of people are on the fence all over the internet when it comes to Peltier and what the Flames should do. A lot of people are saying, fine, put him on waivers. If he gets picked up, he gets picked up. He's been a disappointment anyway. If he doesn't get picked up, great. He can be on the Wranglers again. Cole Schwindt, I'm not sure if he would get picked up at this point. He's still, a decent prospect, but he's kind of run his course a little bit, which is unfortunate because I really do like the guy. But my assumption again would be that the Flames obviously Hunt and Duehr down, and then probably Honzek, as much as I hate to say it, I really want to see him at the NHL, but I'd assume Honzek, I would assume Coronado gets sent down as well, and then Schwindt on waivers. But we'll see. Honestly, it could be any of the above. It'll be very interesting. Once again, let me know down in the comments who you think will be the ones that won't be on the opening night roster. Either way, we will know in a couple days. And of course, we will provide you with an update here on Flames Digest. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do. And this one does come from yesterday's video about Tyson Barrie and that new signing. And this was a good comment here from Classic Regular around here. The General said, Kadri and Barrie finally get to play together since they were traded for each other in Toronto. LOL. And of course, Barrie went to Toronto. Kadri got traded to Colorado, where he obviously went on to do very good things. Barrie not so much in Toronto. And it'd be interesting to see if Kerfoot is available so they can really reunite that entire trade. Either way, very interesting to see those two playing with each other after essentially being traded for each other in the past. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.